Hey there, fellow Factorians. We are back with another episode of Let's Learn Bobs and Angels, and that is really loud because we are quite zoomed in on those massive logistics bots. How are we doing? Oh yeah, look, there's. Okay, first things first. Let's just have a look around. We last episode we got this up and running a bit better thanks to some extra red circuits. So our red circuits are now backing up to 4.8k. And yes, our to-do list, production science, number one, and then moving on to utility science. So, minimize, minimize, minimize. This episode, we will want to do some production science, but what I'm thinking is I might just put some cargo bots in. Okay, yeah, well that'll do. Might just put some cargo bots instead of these logistic bots over here, and we'll just see how that runs, because I think now that we've got this set up here, it makes sense to have cargo bots running that across. So let's just pop one of these on each of these and get them to rip out all the logistics bots, and then we'll get some of these guys. So there's 200 of them. Should be a little bit better. We'll see how we go. Anyway, we'll let that work over, and as that happens, we will now look at production science. Okay, so we'll use the same area because why not? It seems like it's pretty effective, and let's extend this section here upwards. Oh man! All right, gotta run rather than moving the mouse because it's just never straight if I don't. Alright, there we go. Now we can film the rest. We should have some construction bots coming in to do that for us. And look, honestly, it just makes sense to run this all the way out to the water, doesn't it? And there we go, yeah. Just for make it look visually appealing. Anyway, what we are going to do, of course, is pop right here a little assembly machine 3 that is making production science. So let's do some math, shall we? Good old math. I'm sure I've got my calculator ready. Alright, we want one of these a second. Seems simple enough. This is in 21 seconds making 3, but we have a crafting speed of 2. So it is making 6 in 21 seconds, and we want to make 1 a second. Let me bring up the calculator now. 6 divided by 21 is 0.285 a second, and if we go 1 divided by that, we'll get something around 4. 3.5, there we go. So yes, 4 is again the number that we need. So 4 of these guys, and let us populate these 4 with some things. There, and outputting. Not that. There, into some chests. Now that I think about it, have we limited the amount of production science that we have here? We have. Less than 500. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Alright, let's paste that here, change that to the other science that we are now doing, which is, holy moly, yeah, there's some crazy science levels, but we are now doing, not utility, whoa, let's get a little bit ahead of ourselves, production. There we go, alright, and we'll just copy that across to those. So, production less than 500, will be operational. Seems reasonable, and now you're powered. But of course, we actually need some things for that, don't we? There we go, and we need electric furnaces, assembly machine 2s, and chemical plants. I feel like this is going to be actually pretty easy. Famous last words. And I'm just hovering over here and looking at the total raw materials. We do actually need some stone brick. I'm pretty sure we have everything else. We have requests for everything else, but they're not actually running. There is our 3 circuits. So I'm going to change this to say always have someone coming in. We put this to 200. As soon as this drops below 200, we'll get another 200 in. So that seems pretty good. And you're only operating if that is less than 100. That is okay. Do we not have enough basic electronic boards? Is that what this is telling me? Basic electronic boards are this one. We have 800. Alright. Before things get a little too out of hand, let's just increase the numbers available. Actually, hang on a minute. Yeah, that's right. We're actually getting these from our outposts. We don't need that at all. I think that just means that it's probably traveling further to supply this, which is why it is taking a bit of time. Because we do have 200 on the way. How about we change this request to 500? And that one, we can probably actually leave that one at 200 now. Now I've set it to 500. They can request it, but I'm just going to pop that one back to 200. Okay. And looks like batteries are a problem as well. We'll work that out. What else? Iron plate. That can't be right. Looks like we're just going to be a little bit material hungry here. So let's just make everything a nice clean 500. Yep, 600 on the way. Okay, that's good. And we've got all this stuff coming in, so we might as well. Requests are all 500, 200 of that, 500, 500, and yeah, we'll leave that for the batteries. Because I don't think we can support that. Alright. So, first things first, let's pop down a electric furnace. Where would I find electric furnaces these days? Oh, I was in the right one. There it is, electric furnace. Stone brick. Okay, so you're the first one who needs stone brick. Let us make that a thing. You are requesting stone brick. There it is. And the new number is 500. Alright, let's just copy that with its settings. And alternatively, oh no, we'll just leave this. I was thinking like we could actually we could do this one here and connect it to the logistics network, but I'm not going to do that. Let's get rid of that and paste it down. Just if I do that, it'll throw the alignment out of all of these, and I'll be sad. So we're going to just set this to stone brick, and then we have stone brick less than 100. Go, go, go. Okay, that seems to be working. We are a little short on these. And we've still got 400 coming in. So they do have quite a ways to go for delivery. I don't blame them. And I see what's happening too. These guys are picking up a full stack and dropping it off here. So that does the usage isn't as high, but yeah, that's just how they work. Alright, so we aren't using up all of our logistics spots. We're nowhere near it. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, back to what we were doing. And that. Alright, let's get you requesting, and let's get you connected in and going for electric furnaces. Electric furnace. Ooh, what's electric furnaces? Alright. Yeah, we'll say 100. 100 seems really high. No, yeah, it's fine. And actually, now that we've separated out, this is really good because we can't request any of these when we are over in our requested area. So, Obviously, we only need to be making one of these a second. Actually, it's only one of these every 3 seconds. So this works every 5 seconds. So if we have 2 of these, that will be enough. In fact, one of these is enough because we have a crafting speed of 2. Anyway, we've got 2 there now. I'm not going to change that. And look at that. That spacing was surprisingly workable. And alright, this guy here then is going to be the next thing we need, which is assembly machine 2s. And they are made in half a second, which is really nice. Of course, they need something additional, which is an assembly machine 1. There we go, alright. So there is the requirements for that. And let's copy that there, and then get rid of that tree because squeak through is getting a bit annoying. We're going to change this one to assembly machines 2, and this one to assembly machines 1. There we go. So now we'll have 100 of them, 100 of them. That's a lot. We don't have any because we have no power just yet, and nor do we have inputs. Well, that will also help. There we go. Alright, so one of these can easily support one every 3 seconds. That is not a worry at all. Our logistics bots, 200 is still ample. And then last but not least is a chemical plant. And a chemical plant, we've got to make sure we make the right one. I don't know if you can, because these are both called chemical plants. I don't know if you made this one, whether that would count. I'm not sure. This one needs iron pipe, which I don't think we have. Excuse me. I don't think we have any iron pipe here, do we? We have iron gear wheels, and this one is making a ton of iron gear wheels. We're not backing up on iron gear wheels though, which is a problem. So let's pop another one there. And we'll try and make sure that our power grid is looking nice. You're not doing anything because you're getting no materials. And how is our iron plate looking now? It's pretty average. Alright, let's bump that up to 1K. What is this? Electronic circuits. We've got a heap in storage. Looks like we do have to bump that up to 500. Alrighty. Okay, so we have these. Just select. And these guys need these things, which is fine. We've got no steel plate in there apparently. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit now. Only tiny bits fit in. We have, yes, no iron pipe. Speed-wise, these will do one every 5 seconds. So if we disregard crafting speed, we will need 2 of these. Although with crafting speed 2, we're actually okay. But these have crafting speed 2, so actually make 2 a second. Let's do everything on a base 1 a second. 60 science per minute. But with a crafting speed of 2, we'll do 100. That seems reasonable. These need to be limited to chemical plants. There we go. And another tree in the way. Now this will need some iron pipe, is it? Just make sure we get the right type. Yes, iron pipe. Somewhere here, iron pipe. And it needs, what, 5 a second if we want to make one of those a second. I think this can pump out 2 a second, 4 a second. We only need one of these every 3 seconds, so yeah, one of these will be fine, provided we don't need it for anything else. Alright, let's copy that across and change that to limit our iron pipe. Let's not have these set to 500. That's ridiculous. We could actually just do 50 for these. And probably likewise for these. Let's just limit these to 50. There we go. And yeah, and that to 50 as well. All right. What is the hold up for you? Iron gear wheels. And the iron gear wheel hold up is iron plate. Okay, so is the issue here actually a slowdown on the amount that we can get across? So all we need to do there is put in another iron plate across there. And that should help us immensely. Yeah, you'll set for that, and you'll set for that. Fast stack inserters, yes, we do have the next level technology research. We might get around to that at some point. All right. Now this is the bit that I don't like, where these guys are doing just sort of one at a time. Could be much better. Whoa, where's that fast inserter? You definitely need to be a fast stack inserter. That's better. Alright. And you guys are going, and you guys are going. Alright, so that just leaves one more thing. No more things. We are actually in production. All that leaves is us to do this again. And to request... how many are we requesting? 500. Okay, that's nice. The science that we are requesting is production science. There we go. Alright. And of course the backup will just flow in there, but that is a good amount. Alright. We are in operation. We still have barely used all of our things. Let's see. These guys are fully working. And these guys are fully working. Alright. That's pretty good. We're backing up on some of these items. Not really on those. That seems to be our weak point at this stage. Is iron gear wheels. There we go. Alright. Well, if you can't beat them, join them. There we go. Let's pop another one up here. Man, these trees. Always where you want to click. Alright, there we go. In fact, you know what? You know what, trees? Goodbye. And we'll reclaim this area for the grader. Good. I don't think that is going to be built, maybe, because it doesn't reach a construction zone of one of these. Yeah, okay, that is the issue. We can manually build that. We do have some stone brick here. Give me 100 stone brick. Probably going to need more, but we'll start with that. Oh, the bots. Bots went out to do it. Alright. Thank you, bots. They are super quick. They are construction level 2s. I feel sorry for the poor electric furnaces, but I'm going to get this made. There we go. Now, isn't that less of a eyesore? Indeed. But that is production science, just in time for us to research utility science. Oh boy. So, utility science is our next step, and well, it's going to require a lot more things. So let's have a look at utility science. Here it is. So electric engine units, yeah, easy peasy. Low density structures, not so easy. So titanium plate. We are already making these, aren't we? Yeah. Yes, here we are, titanium plate. First thing that needs titanium, we'll have to make some titanium. Silicon nitride, we have the technology for it, but we have pretty much no production on that. We'll have to look into that as well. Silver zinc battery, there's something new. I don't think we've got zinc plate made anywhere. We've got some sodium hydroxide, silver oxide, needs processed silver. That's a problem. And of course, the next level of circuit boards, integrated circuits are what they need, which is not too onerous. We've got some of that stuff, but here we are: fiberglass board, copper plate, gold plate. Fiberglass board we're already making. Plastic and glass. No, we're not making those, are we? So we'll need glass. And last but not least, titanium bearings, which of course needs titanium. And lubricant. Well, I think there are a lot of things there on the list. We'll just work our way down. We have plastic, we have aluminium, we don't have titanium, so titanium will be the first thing on our list. How do we go about making titanium? Why am I even bothering going in there when I can go in here? Let's start right at the end. Titanium plate from surprise surprise molten titanium, from surprise surprise titanium ingots. And this is where it gets a little bit weirder. We've only got access to titanium sponges, which come from titanium tetrachloride, which comes from titanium ore with carbon and chlorine. So we can make chlorine gas. We're doing that with our electrolyzers. Nope, there we go. That is ready. We'll ease off the science. Actually, let's just see. We've got production science now. Is there anything we want to do with production science? We've got a lot of military stuff still to research. No, is there another advanced titanium? Yeah, well, let's just get that because we can. There's a whole lot of other stuff that we don't have, but that's all right. Chemical plants, armored railway. Oh yeah, sounds pretty good. Chemical plant 2, I think we worked out was actually slower than our current chemical plants with Angel's Bobs. Electric pole 3, those ones need titanium plate, which we don't have just yet. Advanced research. What is that? Faster craft speed, okay. 1 Angels 3, that uses blue circuits. Alright, so a lot of these things we're getting to the point where they need blue circuits. Automation 5, ooh, spicy. Power armor, of course, blue circuits. Be nice to get to that. We definitely want to start making blue circuits, I believe. Anyway, another axe upgrade, some stacking soda upgrades, and that doesn't even need. Those don't even need blue circuits. Well, we're definitely getting that. Robotics 3 gives us access to the next level of robots. So construction robots 3. Construction robot 3. There we go. They are just ridiculously fast. But I need to jump out of that. Get back into the tree. Here we go, back where we were. Logistics, that's just your brass chest versions. I think there's no actual smarts advantage. Next level of belts, obviously. Work a robot cargo size, I guess we can do that. It's a bit pointless. Some braking force. Logistics size. Personal Roboport Mark III. Well, this is actually something that I need to look into because we've only got Roboport Mark 1. We should be making Mark 3s. We don't need that for blue circuits. Alright, that's fine. Jump back out. Wish there was a way to reset it. Probably is a way to reset it, but I don't know what it is. A battery 3 we may need for our next level, but just looking at this stuff, and none of this is really jumping out at me as things we actually really want. The modules, at some point, I'll probably play around with modules. We've got weapons, which, yeah, not all that excited about. arboretums, specific ones, I guess. Maybe a bit faster. Wood production, sodium processing, resins, a crawler autonomous bus. Deploy a spot to provide electric energy. How interesting. Laser turrets, other turrets, so many things that we're just not touching. Armor crafting with the fancy armors, personal batteries. There is a lot of stuff. We've barely touched vehicle equipment. Vehicle roboports. And now we're all down into the utility science. Covarex. Wow, we're a long way away from nuclear power, aren't we? That's okay. Alright. That's all our dreams. Fun and games, but we'll just get some braking force, shall we? We can't do that. Alright, well there's a bunch of braking force. Powder, metallurgy. There's actually one which will help us. Strand casting, not sure what these are. Powder mixer and sintering oven. We are using some powder mixers now, so we'll get that too. Here we go. Next level blast furnaces. Sure. And look, that's our queue filled. So we'll just let it run. Let it run. Now, what we want to do is look at really quickly personal roboports. Personal roboport Mark II. Personal roboport 1. Personal roboport Mark II. There we go. So we do have the aluminium plate. We can make that. There doesn't look like there's any titanium. I think we've got all the stuff we need to actually make this. So now let's just do it here. We were kind of running out of space up here, which is okay. I just need a temporary area to make a personal roboport Mark II. We want to make a couple of these. So roboport antenna. Roboport antenna, that'll be in one of these ones. Antenna array 2, I assume it is. Antenna array 2, yep. Roboport hatch door 2. Oh, what's going on? We're out of these guys. Where are we making them? Here they are. Grab that full stack. Alright, so this is Roboport hatch 2. Roboport charge pad 2, yeah, no surprises there. Personal roboport 1s, which is, we can pop a couple in there. And then that needs that. Invar, oh there we go, okay. How do we make Invar? Maybe that's what we want to do next episode. Alright. Let's cross that off and let's add a new one. Invar for personal roboport. Okay, that is going to be our next episode. We are going to research what it takes to make... Oh gosh, the minimize button gets me every time. I'll never remember that. We need to research what it's going to take to make Invar plate, and hopefully it's not too difficult. I'm going to leave the suspense to next episode. I'm not even going to bring it up right now. Because we are out of time. Well, pretty much. I'm actually, look at that, we're ending this one before 30 minutes, a minute before. As always, I'd love to hear your comments. This science setup, I think will be fine for quite some time. We only need utility science now to actually unlock the rocket, and then we can start building stuff for rocket launch. And then, look, we'll go from there where we want to take this. I'm having fun. We'll see what happens as we get further along. As we saw in that tech tree, there's so much stuff that we haven't researched, haven't even touched, and I don't even know if we're going to ever need to actually launch a rocket. So we'll play with what we want and go from there. So that is it from me. I will see you tomorrow.